My life be like, yeah.
In the fall of 2009, I entered my junior year of the graduating class of 2011. However, my year started months prior to that. The only thing that was on my mind was making the varsity soccer team. The Wall Lake Central boys soccer program was already in full swing between the captain's practices and up north camp. With the all-important tryouts right around the corner, my summer was busy to say the least. The week of tryouts came sooner than I had wanted. I was extremely nervous about making the team. There were a lot of good players trying out as well. With only a limited amount of positions available for the team on the varsity squad, I knew I had to give it my all in those 3 crucial days of tryouts. I felt ready for tryouts. I worked hard at camp and at all the practices. However, nothing could prepare me for what happened on the last day. After last minute of tryouts, the coach told all the players to sit and wait in the bleachers while he talks over it one last time with the assistant coach. It felt like hours of time had passed, but in reality it was only about 15 minutes. I was extremely nervous and scared for the outcome. One by one, the coaches would call a player into the shed to tell them their decision. Finally, it was my turn. The walk from the bleachers to the shed was excruciating and long. I had been on this walk before, however, this time something felt different. When I got into the shed, I felt the tension immediately. They told me to sit down in a chair across from them. That is when I got the bad news. They told me that all the positions on the team were filled up, and I was not in one of those positions. After I heard those words, my heart sank and broke into a million pieces. I told them thank you for the opportunity, shook both their hands, and walked out. Unfortunately, I was not the only one cut. 6 of my friends, who also tried out, did not make the team. So we started discussing what we could do in the fall other than soccer. A few people wanted to go play tennis, some wanted to run cross country, and one just didn't want to do anything. Going and doing something else besides playing soccer felt right to them, but to me, it did not. I'm a soccer player at heart, and I didn't want to play any other sport. After a few days of thinking and letting the fact that I did not make the team settle in, I had an epiphany. I was going to talk to the head coach about what I can do to improve over the next year to increase my chances of making the team the following year. I created a million different situations in my head on what our conversation would go like. Just thinking about it made me very nervous. My plan was to talk to him before the first practice. As I got to the field, I saw everybody warming up before practice. Coach Sharp was not there yet, so I waited around. A couple of my friends asked me what I was doing there, and I told them I had to talk to the coach. When he finally got there, my nervousness skyrocketed. I also believe he was a little surprised to see me there. We started talking, and I explained to him that some people who also got cut just wanted to go and play another sport, but I did not want to because I was a soccer player. After we talked about how I can improve over the course of the year, I asked if it was possible to practice with either the JV or varsity team. There was a moment of silence, and I could tell he was in deep thought. Then he offered me the position of the varsity team manager. Without even knowing what the responsibilities of the team manager did, I accepted. I was ecstatic, and he could tell. Then he told me what I was going to practice with the team, and during the games, I would just do some paperwork to keep the team organized. Most importantly, I was a part of the varsity team, something I longed for since I was a freshman. I learned something very important from this experience. It proved to me that if I wanted something so badly, I would do whatever it takes to reach my goal, and I wouldn't stop until I got it. The next year, I tried out for the team again. I was still very nervous during the 3 days of tryouts. After the last day of tryouts, Coach Sharp pulls me aside and tells me something I will never forget. He told me that I made the varsity team. All of my hard work from the previous year finally paid off. Soccer is more than a sport for me. It's a brotherhood between me and the rest of the players on the team. I love being a part of that team, and it's something I will never forget. Going back to talk to Coach Sharp that day was probably one of the smartest decisions I've made, and I'm extremely glad that I did it.
My life be like, yeah. My life be like.